Sub, good morning. Aloha kakahiyaka. My name's Stu. I'm going to be driving this bad boy. I got Jason Quinn behind me. He'll speak to you throughout the tour. In the back, our communications specialist is jamming. We wait for them to jump off the submarine. We'll make a couple quick radio calls and take them down there. Pretty decent conditions down there. My first time of the day, so we'll get down there. We'll experience it together, gang. So just sit back and relax. Thanks for coming.
We have permission to pump ocean water into our ballast tanks, causing us to plunge to the bottom of the ocean. All right, guys, go ahead and reach behind you. Grab those silver belt buckles. Secure them tightly across your lap. I'm kidding. I love that joke. No, there's no seatbelts on. We're not going to need them. We're actually going to go super slow. So we bought a whole bunch of really cool stuff. We bought a United States Navy warship and we sunk it. And then we bought a huge fishing boat and we sunk it. And then we bought airplanes and we sunk it. And over the past couple decades, all these cool fish now live inside all that cool stuff. But if we go too fast, we scare it away. So we actually want to go super slow. In fact, the goal for us and for Captain Steele today is to make it feel like you guys walked into an air-conditioned aquarium, sat down on a bench, and we just changed the view out in front of you. So that's our goal today. Oh, let me teach you guys something. Everybody on this side of the submarine, you guys are starboard. You guys are the starboard side. Everybody say starboard. Starboard. Beautiful. Everybody on this side of the submarine, you guys are port. You guys are the port side. Everybody say port side. Port side. Oh, I like this side. I'm gonna hang out over here. The front of the boat is gonna be the bow. The back of the boat is gonna be the stern. All right, here's your test. Everybody point at the starboard stern. Boom, see those numbers back there? That's how deep we are. All right, now take a look outside and look straight down. That is the bottom of the ocean.
Very cool. Way better than an aquarium.
Take a look down on the starboard side. You can see that antler coral. When you look at the coral head, you can see the fish in it. That is indicative of the rest of the dive today. You notice that the only place you see fish is next to the coral head. Remember,
I finally see a fish.
yeah, it's probably right next to the coral, right? Yeah, so remember Finding Nemo? Remember when Nemo's dad was like, do not ever leave the reef? He was right. If those little fish swim out here in the open, they get eaten by sharks, ulua, umilu, and all those other predators. So they gotta stay close to their home. Fortunately for us, we built their homes, right? So we built some homes for them. So we're gonna go to each individual home. Think of them as like cities.
Nice.
Oh, looking straight down, we can see some of that seagrass down there. There's a chemical inside of that seagrass that breaks down tartar on your teeth. So ancient Hawaiians, we used to dry that and chew it, and then it would clean your mouth. It's like dental hygiene. My auntie used to make it for all of us kids, and we had to chew it every day. It worked though, because we never brushed our teeth. I don't know, for you guys, for you kids, some of you kids grew up different than how we grew up. We grew up, you're supposed to leave your house at sunrise and not come back until sunset, right?
That's how
So we'd be outside, and my auntie was worried that we would get cavities, so she would dry all this, make us chew it, and then we would leave, right? None of us got cavities.
Nice.
Like 40 kids in her neighborhood, she made us chew this. None of us got cavities. And then she passed away. A year later, we all had at least one cavity.
Oh, jeez.
So,
What if I could get the boys to do that instead of brush their teeth? Think they'd choose something? No?
I remember talking to her, and she knew all this different stuff with all the different plants. And when she passed away, and when my grandfather passed away, was just thinking about all of the different stuff they used to do with plants. Like if you had a bruise, she could rub this on your leg, and the bruise would go away in like an hour. She had all this cool stuff, and it's gone now. Yeah. You know what I mean? Let's nestle down. Take a look on both sides. We're starting to see a strange structure. Remember I said that fish need a home, a place to stay. They need a place for protection from the predators. They also need a place where their food is. We built these 32 years ago. This is our first structure. We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll.
Oh, cool, look.
Yeah, man. We're going all the way up. Nothing can stop us. All the way up.
Wow, that was really fast. We went from 40 to 50.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a big round of applause for...
That's so cool. It looks like just broken, like.
So this is cement and PVC tubing. You can see how the fish sort of congregate in these structures.
Mm-hmm.
It looks spooky, right? It looks like, what was that movie, Aliens versus Predator? Like the Predator planets with the pyramids.
Nice.
Oh, Captain Steel got right next to this one on the port side. Looks great.
Oh, cool. Look at that.
That's a rare fish. You see that white one with the orange ring around it?
Yeah.
It's called Hawaiian pyramid butterfly fish. It's endemic only to the Hawaiian Islands, and it can only be in a certain water temperature, and it has to be in a certain water pH. So when you start to see those, you know the reef is doing very well.
Wow.
These are black durgeons. They can go the furthest away from the reef. They're not worried about getting eaten because they taste horrible. They're not poisonous, but they just taste horrible. I grew up eating those because, so we had a rule, right? We're allowed to go outside, we go outside, right? But my dad said, fish first, right? As soon as the sun comes up, you gotta fish for 2-3 hours, fill the cooler, and then you can do whatever you want. You can go surfing, you can go whatever you want to do. Kid, go for it, right? Me and my brothers, and it never failed. We wake up, we're gonna get ready for fishing, we grab our spears, we grab everything, but then we look at the waves, and we're like, oh, let's just catch a few waves first. Before you know it, it's sun is setting. We haven't fished yet.
Oh, no.
And so the easiest fish to catch is the black durgeon. So we catch a whole bunch of black durgeons, fill up the cooler. My dad goes, well, I'm not eating that. And then he would make us eat it. Because in our culture, if you catch something, you have to eat it. You can't just kill things, you know, all willy-nilly, right?
Right.
So we'd be eating these black durgeons, and they're horrible. And then we tell each other, tomorrow we'll fish first. Does everybody like sushi? You guys like sushi? Yeah. You know the outside of a sushi roll has that dried seaweed paper? It's called nori. Alright? What we're about to see on the port side is how you grow it. In Japan, they have to grow that seaweed paper. It's cultivated underwater on these large structures that we're about to see. Oh, no problem. I would rather do that first. Anyway, hey, Captain Steel's changing the game. You guys want to try to, yeah, let's do it. I can see a piece of it on the port side. There's a piece of an airplane. We're going to break 100 feet and go look for these sunken airplanes first.
Cool.
99, 100. That's 100 feet. How about a round of applause for Captain Steel? Woo. I like it. You just go with your gut, man. Just do it. And I think I see the airplane on the port, on the starboard side. Let's take a look on the starboard side.
There it is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're a pilot, right? Airplane pilot? You probably don't like to see this. This is a sunken airplane, passenger airplane. Look underneath. That is the killer. That's the predator right there.
Oh, wow.
It's an ulua. Its mouth is filled with needle-sharp teeth, and its lower jaw can actually dislocate. It can fit something the size of its head into its mouth, and that one's not even full grown yet.
Oh my gosh, look at this. Oh,
This is a passenger airplane. It's a Mitsubishi YS-11 twin turboprop airplane that used to fly passengers back and forth between the islands. This may make you feel better. It didn't crash here. Yeah, the company went out of business. We bought 2 airplanes. We put them at 50 feet because we wanted to see airplane-shaped coral reefs, right? But 6 months later, in 1992, Hurricane Iniki picked the airplanes up off the bottom of the ocean, ripped them apart, cartwheeled them across the bottom, and dropped them deep in this valley.
Oh, wow.
They don't do us much good at this depth because it's too deep to grow coral consistently. So we lost about $1 million.
Oh, no.
And back in 1991, $1 million was a lot of money. Yeah, now that's a Costco's trip, but back then, that was a lot of money. All right, we can start to see it over here on the port side. Are you kidding me? I'm not even joking, dude. It's 5 pounds of ground beef, 2 whole chickens, and 1 package of chicken breast is $98. Yeah. Look at that. Right underneath the wing. He just hit. Oh look, there's a male parrotfish on the top of the wing. See the colorful ones? And that predator underneath. You see how his scales is turned black? He is flexing right now. He's not doesn't like the submarine this close to his territory. So every time we come by, it flexes its muscles, right? Gets ready. Oh, there's Dory. What's up, Dory? There's Dory right there. When it flexes its muscles, that changes the angle of its scales, reflecting less light, allowing us to hide in the shadows better. It's an evolutionary predatorial adaptation. So we're not going to stay down there because of what I said, right? There's not much coral, so there's not much fish. There's only those predators. And the reason they've staked claim to those airplanes is they're super smart. If they get caught by a hook, a fish hook, they swim underneath the airplane and snaps the line. Right? So that's why they can get so big at that spot. All right, so we'll come up to about 70 to 75 feet. So let's take a look on the starboard side first. Look at that. Remember I said those fish are fragile, those white ones?
Oh, so pretty.
Good to see that many of them. This is amazing.
Yes.
Look how clear it is, too. This is a sunken ship from World War II.
Oh my gosh.
It's called the YO257.
Wow.
YO is an acronym for Yard Oiler. 257 was its number on the production line. There were 300 of these. Oh, look at my chain. I'm so proud of this.
Oh, wow.
Me and my friend put this chain here for other scuba boats that they want to use a mooring line. That was a big project that we did. We scuba dive for this company, so we do all of these projects underwater. We were just scuba diving this morning about 2 hours ago.
Nice.
And that chain, I'm super proud of it. Most rappers brag about their chains, but I brag about this.
Oh, those fish are beautiful.
Weighed about 300 pounds. And
Do you have a buoy that goes all the way up the surface?
so yeah, it goes up to about 15 feet. That's what it's holding. It's holding that buoy right there. Because we can't have dive boats come here and drop anchor because we got this submarine going around, right?
Oh my gosh.
So we supply that mooring. Oh, there's the male parrotfish again. That's the same guy. I know it sounds like a joke, but it's not. That's the same parrotfish we saw earlier because there's only one. Yeah, there's one male parrotfish for every 50 females.
Wow.
Yeah, that guy's tired. That is not a good setup. What is enough? We're gonna spin around. We're gonna spin around. We'll take another look at that sunken ship from World War II. And we'll also see some of those big silverfish. Now for us, that silverfish is a big deal. That's part of our culture. That fish is really important for our rite of passage. Now, for you guys, that might sound strange, but in our culture, boys don't just become men. You don't just get older and then you're a man, right? There's all these tests that you have to do along the way. And the top test, the big test at the very end, to get the amakula of the shark, amakula is like spirit totem, you have to swim down to 100 feet and spear a 100-pound ulua before your 16th birthday. Yeah, it's very big deal. And I see looks on parents' face like, oh my God, you do that to your little boys? We do. We started training when we were about 6 or 7, and it's important because it teaches our boys 3 things above all else. Number 1, it teaches our boys how to control. That's what I've been waiting for. Courtside, get your cameras ready. I gotta see it first before I say it. I don't see it. Oh, I see it. Turtle! Hawaiian green sea turtle right there. What's up?
Oh my gosh, did you see
Isn't that
it?
beautiful?
That's
Look at that.
Cool.
Hawaiian green sea turtle tucked right into the bow of that sunken ship. If you're on the starboard side and you can't see the turtle, don't worry. We're gonna turn around. Yeah, we'll turn around. That turtle will still be there. That's because it's plastic. I'm kidding. That's a real turtle. It's a real turtle. That's a male turtle hanging out in the bow of that sunken fishing boat.
Wow.
And you can actually see the bathroom area. You can see the shower right there. The tiles, the square.
Huh.
Ooh, Heller's barracuda. Those silver ones.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I've tried. I've basically tried to eat almost all the fish you've seen so far. So because, okay, so remember I told you, kapu, right? Kapu is the Hawaiian word for, like law. It's basically like law, right? And there's like very important kapus when it comes to fishing, and my dad is just super strict with this stuff, as you should be. But the number 2 rules is, number 1, you don't kill things you're not going to eat, and number 2, don't fish more than you need. And these kapus protect the ocean from our greed, right, human greed, but it also protects us from the ocean, because the ocean has a protector against human greed, and that is the shark. So the shark protects the ocean from us, and that's if you spear too much fish, and you're out there spearing, and all that fish is bleeding, that fish bleeds in the water, and eventually you call the protector of the ocean, and it'll come. Right, exactly.
Huh.
So following the kapu protects us as fishermen against those sharks, right? You spear one fish, I spear one of those big silver fish that feeds my whole family for a week, I'm done, I go home, right? The only time I've ever had any problems with sharks is when I broke the kapu. I was 16. This is a rough year for me, 16. All right, so I'm 16 and I have a birthday party, and I wanted, it's a big birthday, and these 4 girls from my high school were coming, and I really wanted to impress them, so I wanted to walk into the party with like all this fish on my shoulders and like throw it at their feet, you know, like I'm a provider, you know, like, so that's what I had in my head, right? So I'm out there fishing. I stayed for 4 hours just spearing fish, right? Sticking it in a bag that's tied to my ankle on a surfboard leash, and all this fish is bleeding in the water on the west side of the island where all the sharks are, right?
Whoops.
But all I see is those girls, you know, and the looks on their faces, right? After 4 hours, 12-foot tiger shark comes, grabs the bag of fish, yanks it so hard, pops my right leg out of the hip joint, right? Bow, and I can't move. I'm 60 feet down, holding my breath, looking at this shark, and the shark is like, "Hey, can I have your fish?" And I was like, "Sure, go ahead." So I went to the party with no fish. But I had legs, though. I had like legs and arms. So I mean, win-win. All right, let's take a look on the starboard side. This is the fishing boat, and this is the one that had the turtle on it. It was in the bow, so we're going to see that last. These yellowfish are not indigenous to Hawaii. These yellowtail fish, as we see so many of them, they're actually invasive. But it wasn't the person's fault who brought them here. They were trying to help and inadvertently wound up hurting our snapper population. They were trying to add to our snapper population so that we would take some of the pressure off of our snappers. But turns out these are from Tahiti. The water's warmer in Tahiti. In Hawaii, the water's a little colder, so they don't grow as big, and so nobody fishes them. They're just too small. Those are full grown, so you're not going to eat something that... There's Dory right there, Hawaiian surgeon fish. And oh no, sorry, starboard side.
Oh.
Turtle took off.
Oh.
I thought it was plastic.
Nope. Where the heck he went? Bummer.
See a bit of that lava flow off in the distance. You can see where that lava comes down and just touches the sand. All of this is lava. From about, oh, look at that guy. Straight down, starboard side. Look at him. Oh, he's hunting.
Yep.
Chasing something.
Yes.
See that?
Yeah.
That was cool.
Delicious. You open them up, you clean them out, you fill them with Portuguese sausage, bell peppers, mayonnaise, smoked paprika, Maui sweet onions, habanero peppers, and crushed garlic. Stick all that on the inside of the fish. Then you sew the fish back up, and then you wrap the whole thing in salt-dipped tea leaf and lay it on a kiawe wood fire for about an hour. So good. Outside's crispy like pork rinds, the inside's all moist. So good. Where are you from, sir?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Oh, you're the Pennsylvania guys I was talking to. Yeah. And then where are you from, sir?
I fly for 1 year.
Oh, you're for Hawaii Airlines. How long have you been flying for Hawaii?
8 years.
8 years.
Yeah.
Do you know Ivy Machado? She's a flight attendant.
Oh,
No? Oh, that's my auntie.
oh really?
Yeah, Machado. My last name's not Machado, but that's my auntie. She's Machado.
Yeah.
She got married, so that's like the whole thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So all my flights have been Hawaiian Airlines. All right, we're back down. That's a starfish, starboard side. Pillow starfish.
Maybe the turtle will be here.
Look at him.
Oof.
Oh, there he is. So unfortunately for these bigger ulua, so they eat their body weight. They eat their body weight every 5 to 8 weeks.
Did you?
And how many of these big ones have we seen so far? Can you imagine if all the silver ulua that we've seen so far, if all of them get to 125 pounds, and all of them eat 125 pounds of reef fish every 5 to 8 weeks, what would happen to all of our reef fish?
They'd be gone.
They'd be gone, right? And then what happens to them when there's no reef fish to eat?
They die.
They die too, right? So we can't let that happen. So when these guys get to about 100 pounds, unfortunately for them, I have to come down here and I have to spear 2 or 3 of those ulua. And then I have to go to Costco's and buy 4 or 5 cases of beer. I have to. It's for the environment.
It's for the environment.
There's a GoFundMe.
Right. Oh. Yeah. That's different. Okay.
You said sharks?
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, don't be a hero.
I thought he said sharks. That'd be cool. I'd love to see a shark.
You know we're swimming in here right away.
It's further out there. We're not coming out this far.
down at this depth, the pressure of the water above you squeezes on your extremities and on all of your whole body.
I'm sure.
And all of the oxygen that's in your bloodstream gets smushed by the weight of the water above you. And that includes all of the oxygen that's in your brain. Look at this guy going sideways. He's aggressive. You saw that? He banged down sideways and then came up. That's an aggressive motion. All these fish will show a pattern. Every fish has a pattern. And if you recognize the patterns, then you can know what the fish is going to do, and that's how you can hunt them. One of the ways that I knew why, when I told that story about the shark, I was down at 60 feet, right? And I had already been down for about a minute or two when I saw the shark. And the reason I was, when the shark pulled my fish and I turned around, one of the reasons why I'm still here being able to talk to you is because I knew that once the shark pulled the fish, it was actually startled. It wasn't expecting to see me, and when it saw me, it was startled, and it was not in an aggressive stance, right? That helped me to keep my calm, because had I panicked, my heart would have beat faster. I would have used up more of the oxygen in my bloodstream, and I might have had shallow water blackout, right? Which has happened to a couple of my friends and two of my cousins, right? You're down there, you use up all of the oxygen in your bloodstream, and you just black out. And the first thing your body does when you pass out is take a deep breath. Right, so you're done. It's the end. It's over. And that's why when we start training 5 to 7 years old, right, for the first 2 or 3 years, we try to go down 12 feet, 20 feet, 30 feet. But once we get to 30 feet, and we can go down to 30 feet, we have to go to the older uncle. You go to his house, and he teaches you how to control your heartbeat, right? And that is where you're spending a year or two learning how to control your heartbeat, which is a weird muscle. Your heart is your muscle, and all of you guys can control your heartbeat. That's an interesting thing. But learning how to do it it feels like trying to learn how to wiggle your nose or lift your eyebrow. Remember when you're a little kid, you're like trying to do it, you're looking in the mirror like, which muscle is it? It's the same thing for your heartbeat. All of you guys here in the summary, you can all hold your breath for over 2 minutes. All of you guys can. If I ask you how long you can hold your breath, you'd probably say about 30 seconds, 45 seconds, and there's a reason for that. What's actually happening when you get to 30 seconds or 45 seconds, you feel burning, right? So burning in your chest, and then if you keep holding your breath, then your lungs will just start convulsing on their own, right? That doesn't mean you're out of oxygen. That is an evolutionary defense system against suffocating in your sleep. If you're sleeping and you turn over and your face goes in the pillow, do you die? No, your lungs start burning, they start convulsing, and you wake up, well, that was a crazy dream, and you go back to sleep, no problem, right? You didn't run out of oxygen, right? Right? You have 2 minutes worth of oxygen.